Hi, I'm William Cotterill. I'm an artist that works between painting and sculpture. It's hard to separate the paintings from the sculptures. They kind of bleed into each other. I think combining different materials is really exciting. This notion of extended painting or hybrid painting, going either beyond the canvas or pushing painting into sculpture. I think there's a lot to play with there. I'm not using traditional methods. It's more of a kind of archaeological process, and a process of kind of building and carving into the paint when it's dry. I mean, I really think of textures as these kind of little achievements. I find that I covet them quite a lot. Sometimes in a painting, the most amazing textures appear. One of the hardest things is when you stand back and realise that you have to get rid of them for the overall effect. So when you have to paint over a bit of texture that you love because it doesn't work overall is I find incredibly difficult to do, because I grow very attached to them. It's interesting to play with that idea of paint as pigment and mud that's been bound in oil, because essentially it is a very poor substance. Unless you're using ultramarine or something from mines in Afghanistan, a lot of the paint is basically mud. The gallery space really gives me a great opportunity to invite people to see the works in a kind of more curated environment, how the work fits together. And I often curate the work in a way that extends this idea of one painting leading onto another. In Maps for Loners, which is the title I've given this body of work that's currently in the exhibition space, it's not a traditional hang. There are fragments which lead on to other paintings and other fragments. Not only am I trying to capture this uncertainty and this fragmentation in each work, but actually in the exhibition as a whole. I don't really see materials as having a hierarchy where some are more important than others, even though oil paint has this very illustrious history behind it. I think that something is either really enticing as a material or it isn't. The process of painting, it's kind of like a clawing, doing one thing, doing something over the top of it, constantly trying to calm something down or make sense of something. Foremost, I think it's the joy of seeing that drives me forward. I like being perplexed, being in that space where you're unsure, where there's a mystery. There's a definite sense of the body being present in the work. When you're anxious, your body goes through quite a lot of things. There's always that boundary between excitement and panic. That boundary is an interesting place to explore. The art residency at St Helen's given me this fantastic opportunity to expand and challenge myself as an artist. Some of the newer paintings have metal in them, molten pewter, poured into broken moulds, very fragmented moulds, and also gold powder mixed with oil to make a kind of gold paint. I've managed to kind of build up a bit of a reputation here as being the person to give scraps of things to. All the students, whilst they're in their lesson, are kind of looking to the side thinking, who's this strange person that's rooting through the bins? And I've got my eyes lit up because I found a little bit of cut wood in a weird shape, or bits of acrylic, and I'm just in my element. The art technician, Sarah here, she presented me with this entire bowl of palettes, layers of acrylic and layers of oil that have just formed in these patinas that are kind of, you could only really get the same type of thing on a rock face. So immediately I was kind of winding them onto wire and attaching them to the paintings and using them as skins for the sculptures that I've been making. The residency has been such a positive and engaging experience, and being able to have a dialogue with the students has been one of the most rewarding parts. talking about art and hearing about the students' work, as well as sharing my own ideas and experiences. This sense of sharing and learning together is something that St Helens really excels in, and it's been a great honour to be a part of that.